Hello everyone, my name is Celeste, and on this channel I help people from all walks of life achieve their dreams and happiness through manifestation, calmness within oneself, and learning how to better one's mental health. If you're ready for motivation, growth, and tools that actually help, make sure you subscribe so we can grow together. Today's video I'm going to be talking about setbacks and how setbacks can be turned into tools for growth. I think we can all say that we've all experienced setbacks in our life. Setbacks kind of when you are planning for something, but the universe has different plans for you and things don't go the way that you wanted them to. It can be easy to see setbacks as something negative and something that stunts your growth or something that kind of takes you off of the path that you wanted to go. But today I'm here to tell you that setbacks can be turned into setups. A personal example I have of a setback I recently went through and I'm still kind of going through is, as all of you may know, I lived in San Diego for about 10 years and recently I moved back to my hometown of El Centro. It was not planned. I wanted to stay in San Diego, but life was lifing and I had to come back over here to El Centro. It was hard for me because that wasn't on my path that I wanted. Like, I didn't plan for that to happen. And it was honestly out of my control. But looking back now, it was the only option. And I'm thankful that I have a place to come home to, which is my parents' house. And now I'm starting to see a bigger picture of how this is ultimately going to help me reach my goals. If you find yourself like me going through a little setback, there are 3 different tips that I can give you to help with that setback and making it a little bit better and changing it into a setup for success. So number 1 is to reframe. Ask yourself why, instead of asking yourself, why is this happening to me? Asking, what is this teaching me? That shift alone can change the entire outlook. That's something that I personally had to ask myself. Once I accepted that I was back here in El Centro, I had to ask myself, like, what is this teaching me? Like, how can I reframe this to make it a positive and not a negative? Tip number 2 is to think of your setback as building resilience for yourself. So every time you bounce back from a hard moment, you're building strength that will carry you further than you even know. So I also had to think about this because I have thought in the past, if I have been able to get through X, Y, and Z, then I can get through this. And tip number 3 is to look at the setback as redirection. So I'm sure you've heard the saying that rejection is God's protection. That's exactly what redirection is. Realizing that maybe the path that you originally wanted is not the path for you, and the universe, higher power, God, whoever you believe in a higher power, and if you don't, that's fine. They have a better path for you, and maybe there's something along this other journey that you're supposed to learn that is ultimately going to be better for you. The idea of redirection is something that I wholeheartedly believe in, and I've learned to believe in even more after having my setback of moving from San Diego to El Centro. As much as I want to be back in San Diego already, I ultimately think now that this is where I'm supposed to be in El Centro, and it doesn't feel like home anymore. Like, my home is San Diego, but I am able to do things for my career so much faster than I could have in San Diego, and I ultimately think that that is why I'm here, and I am capitalizing on that. So I've been able to redirect my frame of reference into thinking, this can be a time where I grow in my career and my passion, and I'm ultimately going to go back to San Diego, and that's a given. So So, yeah, redirection can be very powerful when using it to look at setbacks in a different way. One thing is true. Each time I have been through a hard moment or a setback, it has set me up to be a stronger person in the long run. I know that sometimes it's hard to think like that, especially when we're in the thick of a setback and we had certain things planned. But building that resilience and knowing that you're building that resilience with each setback and knowing that you'll be stronger when you come out of it kind of makes it a little bit easier, and knowing that either way, you're going to be okay. So here's your challenge for this week. Write down a setback you faced recently, and next to it, write how this is setting you up for something better. If you're comfortable, share it in the comments. You never know who you might inspire with your story. Remember, setbacks are setups in disguise. Walk into this week knowing you're not behind, you're being positioned. You've got this. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. All my socials will be linked below, as well as my Patreon. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you guys next time.